Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to talk about what the Moon Astrology is for December 7th through the 13th as we head into that energy of that eclipse that is happening on Monday the 14th. So what can you do to activate and be prepped for that is kind of what we're going to cover today. So I want to take a moment to thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel, but most importantly for connecting with me. And speaking of connecting with me, I have started doing Moon Day Night Live. It'll be on tonight at 7, tonight being Monday, Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Come and join us. We had a lot of fun last week. We pulled cards for each of the signs, and then we ended up with about 40 minutes to go through and answer questions. So the first card out for your overall energy for the week is the Two of Water, which is the Two of Cups. So I'm just curious to see what else we have with this. Ooh, and Nine of Fire. I was okay because I kind of feel like Libra's been struggling in the area of connection lately. Like there's been some sort of a struggle that I'm not fully clear on, kind of like the choice. Does this relationship work for me or doesn't it? Kind of feeling is what I've been picking up. So when I saw the Two of Water, I thought, well, maybe, but I think part of what's going to happen over the course of this week is that there's going to be a lot of analyzing of that situation for you, of understanding where it is that you are going. When we have the Nine of Fire, this is an interesting deck. This is the Good Tarot from Colette Baron Reed, and it'll be in the description box below. But look how the fire is about stringing the stars together, and this looks beautiful. I kind of feel like you're going to figure out a lot of answers to those questions. Is this for me or not for me? Because over the course of this week, the moon is going to come into conjunction with Venus. And I think that energy right there will be very clarifying. So let's just take a look at what she wrote about each of these, because it's really beautiful stuff. So on the Nine of Fire, it says caution, uncertainty, reevaluating the circumstances. That makes total sense for what I've been picking up from you. So it says here, I need to stop and wait and look around me before proceeding further. My sense of uncertainty is my inner wisdom telling me to bring illumination to my situation, to allow insights to arise and guide me before I take my next step. Questioning is good. I will look carefully to see if a different path may be right for me at this point. That is totally the energy that I have been picking up for you. So, and Libra, I'm sorry. The uncertainty around relationships. So this feels romantic for a majority of you. For some of you, however, I feel like it could be a friendship and you're not sure if this person's worth all the effort. You feel like you're constantly bailing them out or holding them up, and it's kind of energetically draining. And so is this worth it? And then there are a number of you, this is about a business situation. Like, do I want to put in the time and the effort in this particular area or not? So it's going to depend. Not all of you are the same, but there feels like there's a definite, it's a one-on-one kind of relationship. Either a relationship with a job, which is one-on-one, because it could be the boss or it could be your business partner. It could be, does this fit me anymore? Is this a situation that works for me at all? But there's an emotional component to it. So if it's a business situation, it is something where you have been there for years, or you really made a lot of friends there, or there is an emotional component to it. So it says here, harmonious partnerships, loving and lasting relationships, heart connection between two souls. So when you are looking for a partnership, I really like this guidance here. It says, I partner with the one who is in harmony with me. Together we explore what is and what might be. knowing we are there for each other. Two hearts beat as one as we take turns replenishing and encouraging the other. I have someone who can bring out the best in me, and I can do the same for another soul, for we are all expressions of divine love. So in a relationship, if that is not what you're feeling, if you are not feeling loved and supported, if you're not feeling like their interests align with your interest, if for any reason you're feeling any of that lack of clarity on that, if you're feeling muddled and like I give a lot more, when it's out of balance, it's really, really hard for Libra. So if you're feeling like it's out of balance, then it is. And someone telling you, no, I do this and I do that and I give and I think you're just overreacting. I have a special dislike for that phrase. You are entitled to your feelings, and your feelings are valid no matter what they are. But more importantly, your feelings are your telephone line, your connection to spirit, what you're feeling in the heart, and sometimes it's in the gut. That is how your higher self is like throwing out the flags and letting you know this is a good situation or this is a bad situation. Is this something you want to come in for a landing on, or is this something where you should be waving yourself off? So really, how you feel matters. And this is a week where we really kind of want to pull our energy in anyways. And so stepping back from whatever the situation is, not engaging with other people's information, listening to yourself feels very important this week. Feels very important. So we start out with the moon actually in Virgo. And so if you are a Libra rising, this is your 12th house, but it doesn't matter. That energy of Virgo is all about analyzing a situation and looking at, and one of the things you're looking at is, are you resisting pushing through, or is there so much resistance that maybe it's not worth pushing through? And so it's kind of like, what are you feeling for real? And so the moon's also going to come into trine with Uranus over in Taurus, and that is energy of sudden change, where you like, this is it, I'm standing up for myself. This is it, I'm done. I quit the job. It's like I'm pushing through the obstacles that are in my way to getting to where it is that I truly belong, and that is that happiness in your soul. The moon's going to square off with Mercury, which, and the sun over there in Sagittarius. And so, oh gosh, be willing to allow the illumination of a conversation to give you some ideas, to guide you. Earlier in the week for having these conversations is probably better, even though people are going to be a little testy, because over the weekend coming up, you're really going to want to pull your energy in with that dark moon energy and really sit with it to see what you feel and really feel what you feel. So you have the meerkat. Its responsibilities. This is responsibility to others, absolutely. But this meerkat, you see that? Can you see where that meerkat is actually looking up toward the heavens? I think it's your responsibility to listen to your higher self, to gather as much information as you can from yourself and from others around you. These meerkats down here look like they're beating on drums. That makes zero sense, so I don't know. So because it looks like drums to me, and there is a need to pick up the vibrational energy around you. And how does that feel? Because he's standing up higher, and where he is, he's also, it looks like he's on a drum or something, and so you would feel the vibrations in the earth. So listening to all the parts of you. to know what it is that you should be doing at this point in time would be very helpful. The moon is going to be in a really nice supportive aspect with Venus. She's in Scorpio, and and then they're going to conjunct a little bit later in the week. And so this moon Venus feeling into your feels and really allowing yourself to understand what you're feeling is going to be a real big factor this week, and I'll allow you to dive a little deeper for what it is that you want, because that moon is going to come into a nice trine energy, again, the very supportive energy with those planets in Capricorn before it exits out of Virgo on Tuesday evening. And so it is going to Pluto's going to be like, how do you want to transform the situation? Jupiter's like, yeah, what do you want to expand into? And Saturn's going to say, do you have healthy boundaries? Do you have the structures in place? What is your plan? How are you going to manage this? And there's going to be a real need for you to surrender into your higher self and what you're feeling, and being willing to release. I heard expectations. Sometimes we put so much time and energy in, we feel like we have other people saying, oh, you should go for that. And it just doesn't work. And you're like, is there something wrong with me? And I'm going to tell you, no, there's not. It's just not the right situation. You got to do what's right for you. Always. There is no higher authority than your higher self. And when you are in tune with that, and when you follow those directions, then you're on the right track. I really feel like there's somebody, gosh, this is such a strong feeling. Like, everybody said this was going to be a great relationship for me, but it's been a struggle. If it's been a struggle, then that's your reality, okay? So, wow, Aries had this. And so Aries is actually right across the zodiac. And so if you're a Libra rising, this would be your 7th house. And if they were Aries rising, you're their 7th house, and you have the Loon. Pay attention. Oh, it wasn't Aries. It was Virgo. It was Virgo. Sorry. Pay attention to your dream time messages and guidance that is drifting in. This is a week where we really surrender in. Messages of guidance are drifting in your sleep. Yes. But I think it's in those random moments where you're like stuck at the stoplight, or you're under the water in the shower, or you're, vacuuming or doing the dishes, or, whatever. And those thoughts that come to you, pay attention to those. Spirit is trying to get your attention, because this is a big energy coming up on Monday, the 14th. This energy is about clearing space to allow you to move forward, to really progress forward. And so to create space, you're going to have to let some stuff go. And the question is what? And I can't answer that for you, right? But you can. You can absolutely 100% answer that for you. That moon on Wednesday, when it's in Libra, it's going to oppose Chiron in Aries, which is going to really bring up the energy of what you need to heal. And it's going to be in a really irritable angle with both Neptune in Pisces, which is what are your dreams, what do you want to manifest, and Uranus and Taurus, the sudden, let's change this, let's shake the ground that you stand on. And Taurus is also ruled by Venus, and so there's some vibrational energy around that of what is of value to you financially and emotionally, right? And so there's a real shaking up of things here, and it's kind of like you have to pick through it and decide what's worth keeping and what's worth letting go. What do you want to put more energy into? Everybody has, their energy limit of what they have. How much do you want to expend on something that may or may not be working for you? And this is a week to really consider all the factors, because you're trying to to bring in the peace, right? You're trying to bring in the sense of peace and calm in your life, and balance. I'm seeing a teeter-totter. Wow. Okay. In order to balance that teeter-totter, one person is really close to the fulcrum and the other person's hanging out on the back. And so it's almost like one person is doing so much more of the work than the other. So how do you create a better balance? So, nice energy here. The moon's also going to oppose Mars, and it's going to come into a square on Thursday with all those planets in Capricorn. Those planets in Capricorn, I mean, it'll be nice in a couple weeks when they're not all in the same sign again. It is going to break loose, kind of like I feel like it's an iceberg that kind of breaks up a little, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but it's like like a dam where none of the water's flowing because all the ice is accumulated, and you kind of need it to break up so the water flows again. Because you are going to be hammered again with the questions of what do you want, how do you want to create it, what are your boundaries, and what is the structure that you're trying to create. And you're being asked to, you have strength. You're being asked to dig deep. You are definitely going to be asked to dig deep. It's to stay afloat and feel steady and calm. You're going to have to dig deep into your reservoir of your own personal self-worth, because you're what matters here. This is about nurturing your dreams. This is about nurturing and growing what is best for you. This is that emphasis this week. That moon is going to end up coming into a trine with Pluto. I'm sorry, not Pluto, but Neptune. So whereas Neptune was challenging the moon earlier in the week, it comes back to, but what do you really want? So that irritability you felt, it was like knocking on the door saying, but what do you want? What do you want? And I think by the time you get to Friday, you start to really feel into the energy of what it is that you want. Like, it's important. And meanwhile, the sun is going to be in a nice trine with Mars this week, which allows you to take action in the direction that you want to go. Now, for my Jewish friends out there, I really don't know a lot about the Jewish religion, but I know that Hanukkah starts at sundown on Thursday, so happy Hanukkah. But there was something about it this year that really triggered something for me. And I'm not Jewish, but as I understand it, it is about, there was only enough lamp oil for one night, and yet it lasted 8. And I kind of feel like that's that long, dark night, right? But that light that keeps, that light of hope that keeps burning. And I kind of feel like this weekend, this year, this weekend though, when we get into the void of the moon, the dark moon cycle, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right before the new moon, this is about reserving and recharging your own light and your own energy within, so that you have the energy that you need to start the next chapter with this new moon eclipse that's happening on Monday the 14th. So there's just a lot happening here. So it is on Saturday that the moon is going to be in conjunction with Venus. And so this weekend, during this dark phase of the moon, really, what do you feel? What your heart knows the answer. So whatever that feels resonates with you, that's the answer that you're looking for. And nobody else is going to be able to give you that answer. Like that, only you know how you feel. Only you know what you need to do next. And I think it's going to take a lot of strength and courage on your part to make that step, to either say, I am fully committed to this situation in this relationship or to this job, or I need to break out of this situation or this relationship or this job. You can't sit on the fence much longer. You're getting big splinters. Okay, so I wanted to get you a card for Sunday, because really this energy is about prepping for this eclipse, but I wanted to get a card on Saturday night at 9:39 Eastern Standard Time. The moon moves into Sagittarius, and we're in that deep healing stage of pulling our energy in, and I feel like that Sunday should be a great day for self-care, for nurturing, for really just doing what feels whatever you want. So if you don't feel like talking to anybody, don't. If you feel like calling up your best friend and chatting, do. You know, what makes you feel good? You know, maybe that's the day you bake yourself some brownies. I don't know. I don't really want to promote eating a whole pan of brownies, but, you know, maybe save some to take into the office if you go to the office on Monday. Wow, it's so hard with COVID, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so what you have for advice is you have Unity, the hibiscus. It's a really pretty card. It's very fiery, very Sagittarius colored there. That's sacral chakra coloration there. Sacral chakra is your sexuality. It is your creative energy. It is where you build relationships from. So I'm not surprised that shows up. Okay, so you're spiritually connected to everyone through God or spirit. Use this sacred bond to heal your family, friends, and yourself. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I was listening. So what I heard was it is through healing yourself and your connection with your own spirit that allows you to heal situations and other relationships. So getting more comfortable, they want another card. Getting more comfortable with with your right to live your life the way you want is basically what that is. And I'm finding that sense of peace inside of you. I know why they sent me more cards. Okay, so you have let go of anxiety, calm your nerves, and you'll be able to hear the voice of your angels. So how do you do that? Then they also sent the laughter card. So maybe taking some time to connect with some friends over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, so that Sunday, you've had this conversations and these emotional outlets to allow you to get more centered. Also, find something funny to watch. Turn off the negative stuff this weekend in particular. Just shut it down. So it says, uplift yourself and those around you through loving laughter. Connecting and healing with those that you love will be healing for you. And situations that make you uncomfortable, they make you uncomfortable for a reason. So don't fight it so hard. If it's making you uncomfortable, then it might just mean it's not for you, right? So the responsibility you have is to yourself and your own sense of well-being. It's not, for the most part, it's not to others, right? I mean, when you are a parent, that's different, but for the most part, your top priority should be yourself. Okay? All right. I hope I see you here on Monday night. So when you're watching this, most people watch them on Monday when they come out. So it'll be tonight, Monday Night Live, 7:30 to 9. Come and hang out. Laugh a little with us. All right. I hope I see you there. You guys take care.